yamaçları. Filenin sultanları, doğasında başarı, alıyor kupaları.
Efendim, herkese merhabalar. Hoş geldiniz. Ne kadar güzel bir kalabalık.
Hi everyone, it's great to have such a big crowd with us. We have esteemed guests on the stage. His Excellency Minister of Foreign Affairs Mevlüt Çavuşoğlu, His Excellency Mehmet Muharrem Kasapoğlu, Minister of Youth and Sports of the Republic of Turkey. I would like to welcome you with a volleyball indeed. You can keep the ball passing. You can keep passing the ball between each other. And we have Mehmet Akif Üstündağ, President of Turkish Volleyball Federation. Congratulations, welcome again. Hi. We kindly ask our technical staff with the headsets. Welcome. Welcome to all of you. We kindly ask members of the press to leave the stage if they have been able to get their footages. Thank you very much for your attention. Because we offer treats to our friends here, what would you like to get? We have sweet treats, coffee or tea. I'd like to get coffee. Okay, please, one coffee for Ms. Eda. Mr. Minister, coffee. Okay, all of us will have coffee. All of us will have kindly coffee to the stage as we had this energetic introduction. I thought you were gonna complete a set, passing of balls between all of you. It's a great pleasure for me to be on this stage with select guests as we have our ministers. But I would like to start with our only female participant as a woman. Now we are at Antalya Diplomacy Forum where we had very important exchanges of opinions, and here we are gathering here to understand the role of sports in diplomacy. I think you are the most significant figure in terms of taking this question. So you are a cultural value in Turkey, going beyond a great, becoming a great athlete. So, in terms of promoting the Turkish culture, what kind of a role do you feel you can play? How does it feel for you? First, hi to all of you. It's a great pleasure to be here as being invited by His Excellence, our Minister Mevlüt Çavuş. This is a very successful diplomacy forum week, and I'd like to start by expressing my gratitude. Yeah, we're talking about sports, which actually connects all the people, and as the sultans of volleyball, we serve actually an important role. We need to represent our country in Europe and also set example for the young generations as well as promoting our country. We are doing our best to deliver by fulfilling the duty. We try to set examples for people, showing how beautiful an activity sports is, contributing to our personal growth and preparing us for life. We are involved in team sports. In team sports, you need to understand about the other persons in your team. You need to understand their troubles. You need to make sacrifices. It involves all these elements, and I'm very happy to be a part of such sports activity. We discuss what sports is, what volleyball is, but when I take a step back, and when it comes to actually national interests, we enjoy great support with the national uniform. Sports is a very uniting force for the entire world. You might be a fanatical team supporter, but when it is a national team, you put aside your differences and achieve solidarity. We can, I think, complete that easily in sports, and hopefully we will continue to do that in other fields, as I believe we can do it in sports. If we have been able to make any contributions as volleyball players, that makes us very happy and proud. It's very clear that you are making a huge contribution. Thank you for all your efforts, and thank you for the answer. Actually, now that we have so many youths here, they would like to hear how you made that success happen. We will get back to you again for any recommendations, but I would like to turn to our ministers and the president of the Turkish Volleyball Federation, starting with Honorable Minister here. I would like to refer to sports as an effective instrument in terms of global perceptions. What place does Turkey have in terms of soft power? What kind of a role does sports play? Thank you very much. To start with, I would like to thank all our young friends for being with us. Like last year, our youth and women comprise the most important elements of Antalya Diplomacy Forum, and they will continue to be our focal point in the coming years. I would like to thank also our Minister of Youth and Sports and President of Turkish Volleyball Federation and our great captain Eda for appearing on this stage together, for joining this forum, which for joining this session, which is held for the youth. Last night, we talked about arts, culture, Turkish series, cinema, as reinforcers of the soft power of a country. We listen to it from the actors, actresses, and directors themselves with your moderation. And sports is as effective as music, culture, cinema. It is an important soft power of Turkey. And this is not an underestimation of the others, but someone might like a music or may not like a music. Some people like art, some people like sculpture, some people like drawing, some people like modern interpretation of art, some others like serial interpretation of it. But when it comes to sports, it's like each and every person has their favorite sports branches. So as the Turkish players and Turkish teams become successful in the international arena, they become the buzzword. They ask questions. They like it a lot. They ask about the recipe of this success. So the sultans of volleyball and the sports branch itself have come to the forefront in the recent years. I think the sultans of the volleyball were the only team to go to Olympics as a team, and they played in the European Championship, and it was actually stopped in Belgrade on the way to championship with a near miss, and the sultans of volleyball made people like the branch in Turkey and promoted it all around the world, showing how successful they are. This also shows the strength of Turkish women and what they can achieve. That's why, under the leadership of Captain Eda, our coach is great too. Under Captain Eda's leadership, we made many things achieve. We send our endless gratitude to them. They are our pride, and we will continue to lend our support to them. And of course, we need to refer to what Mehmet Akif Üstündağ and our minister achieved. This is not an easy feat. I visited the boarding schools in Ankara, and I know that they are also present in Izmir and Istanbul. And I shared these emotions with Mr. Mehmet. We are seated next to each other in the cabinet. I always express it that it should set an example for other sports branches. Very talented kids come, they carry on their education, but in their spare times they keep playing volleyball. When we look at the secondary team for the national squad, I would like to congratulate also our president for his efforts. Yes, as the federation, you have a mission of spreading volleyball across Anatolia. That's why I would like to get your opinions. But first, I would like to leave the floor to Minister of Youth and Sports, Mehmet Muharrem Kasaboğlu first. A similar question, Mr. Minister. What kind of a perception does sports tourism play in terms of creating a perception about Turkey? Thank you very much. At the outset, let me state that Antalya Diplomacy Forum has a very significant place in terms of our country's brand value. There are many efforts for making this event happen, and this second occasion is very important, and I would like to express my gratitude to our minister for his great efforts. Right? The youth, do you think so? One of the indispensable characteristics of this forum, of course, is getting together with you, our valuable individuals, young individuals. I would like to take this opportunity to thank our Captain Eda, our president, and of course to you, dear youth, for your participation. Ms. Elif asked me about sports tourism. We will be discussing it first. I do not see tourism and sports as separate elements. They complement each other. And when we look at our country's sports infrastructure and the number of facilities in the last 2 decades, show that we have this state-of-the-art equipment and infrastructure that can challenge the most advanced countries in the world, be it the north or south, east or west of Turkey. We can see this infrastructure in every area, not only just in volleyball or other branches, in winter sports, in indoor sports. You already know the size of our stadiums. We have a perfect infrastructure to facilitate sports activities. And we are taking all this to a different point thanks to our breakthroughs in sports activities. And we view Antalya as the capital of tourism with its very welcoming and warm approach and sports infrastructure. Antalya has a competitive advantage, just like in other areas of in Turkey. And we started an initiative with a sports workshop. And we are going to announce our sports tourism strategy document soon. And we believe that Turkey will become a brand in sports tourism, just like in other areas. We will make that happen together. Sports people, referees, and all other elements, including fans and administrators, we play a huge, we make a huge contribution. We have voluntary youths, and some of them are here. Volunteerism is an important, as you know, factor in sports tourism. So we get this strength from you. That's why I would like to express my gratitude once again to young individuals here. As you know, we have, maybe I will elaborate on that later on. We have actually host roles in many activities. Turkey hosted indeed 164 sports events last year. We are a country that is sought after, and with our great facilities and very warm human resources, we will take it to a better level, hopefully, all of us. Mr. Minister, 164 is a huge number, right? This may not mean anything by itself. Please, despite the pandemic, 164 despite the pandemic. Yeah, it's a very high number, and Turkey hosts very prestigious events, right? Of course. Last year, we hosted Formula, for example. We have Islamic Games, we have the Champions League final, we have the World Volleyball Championship in Ankara. So, actually, this covers many branches, not just a few of them. We have the infrastructure for winter sports, also aqua sports, and we will take them to better levels moving forward. Our sports persons' accomplishments represent us, and they take our brand to a better level. And as you also stated, Turkey is one of the leading countries in terms of sports, thanks to all these activities. And now we can talk about volleyball. We have great accomplishments both on a teams level and national team level. I'd like to also thank you as a Turkish citizen for your great efforts. What is the recipe for success? I know this is a very exhaustive question, but you can provide us at least some details about the sort of methods you followed. You can also kindly share your observations so that this can be an inspiration for our youth here. Thank you very much. Honorable ministers, dear captain, and dear participants, I would like to greet you all most respectfully. And volleyball can be explained in terms of its background, the accomplishment, and other ramifications. But let's first remember that it involves a teamwork. Let's remember that we are a great country. And in this diplomacy traffic in Antalya, all the world actually set their eyes, not just Europe, all the world set their eyes on Antalya. I would like to congratulate our honorable minister. It's great that we have you, Mr. Minister, because thousands of TV outlets and members of the press focused on Turkey, and we have been the country following the best policy, starting with His Excellency, our minister and our president and minister. This process has been observed by the entire public opinion. And as a sports person, I feel proud of it. Thank you very much. Let me give you an example. The best volleyball player of Turkey, Atilla Özdemir, as the assistant player, had his spouse and child in Kiev, Ukraine. They were lost, but our ministry contacted them, and our apologies to our ambassador there, and they were able to contact their family very quickly, and they were brought to Izmir. We overcame this crisis. This is, of course, a proud development for all of us. Now, coming back to Turkish volleyball and sports, let me state this at the outset. With the contributions of our minister, we tell our parents there should be no dilemma about whether a child should actually do great sports or get the best education, because they are receiving the both at the same time. That's how we garner success. The recipe for success requires first to be sincere, to be transparent, sharing things with all other stakeholders, and loving your work. We took volleyball to every district in Turkey. 35 factories today have volleyball projects for children aged 0 to 6. We have a federation with many members serving children with 3 meals a day. Our ministries paid a visit to our facilities. Actually, we undertook a very important project as the ministry by removing this question mark. The parents will say, my child is supposed to study medicine, but how will they do sports? Now, we don't have such a dichotomy, such a dilemma. Of course, volleyball needs to be very institutionalized. As I stated, you need to act with a stakeholder mentality and share all these responsibilities with your stakeholders. And Turkey achieved first in many international events in the recent years. We brought the World Clubs Championship to Turkey for the first time, and we were able to join the championship with 2 teams because we took over the event. We had Vakıfbank and Fenerbahçe, who became the 2nd and 3rd teams consecutively. That's a great accomplishment, both in terms of organization and success. Also, we ensured that very successful team players represented us in Olympics. Volleyball represented us there. We missed a gold medal very closely, but the life went on. In the European Championship, we said we need to be on the stage, and with the means provided by the Turkish people, we should be there. We should be able to get the actually gold medal after a few trials. That was what we had as a target. With such sports people, with such athletes, with such patriotic group of players, we have been able to pull it off. It is great that we have been able to accomplish it with your support. Of course, we didn't do it by ourselves. We did it thanks to the support of our state, His Excellency, our President. We went through many troubles. We would call our minister in the middle of the night with very interesting requests. Same with the Minister of Sports, but they thought about us all the time. They did our best to help us, and we showed actually the dedication and commitment, setting an example for this country. Thank you to everyone who made this happen. Dear youth, Mehmet Akif Üstündağ, our president of Turkish Volleyball Federation, thanks to this success, has been the chair of the Balkan Volleyball Federation. Hopefully, he will be the president of the Global Volleyball Union soon, or Federation soon. We have such a high energy level in the hall. That's why I would like to move on to the Q&A session very quickly. If you are of the same opinion, I think, as Honorable Minister stated, there was another event here last night. The hall has such a high excitement level, and our young participants would like to pose them. Let's start getting these questions. Let's start with you. Let's bring a microphone. Can you start by introducing yourself, please? Hi, my name is Aycan. I come from Kyrgyzstan. I study political science and public administration at Hacettepe University, Ankara. I would like to say welcome to our ministers. It's great to see you here. We have very successful sports people here, including wrestlers over here. I would like to ask you a question about the nomadic sports in the world. As you know, we held it a few times in Kyrgyzstan, and this was supposed to take place in Turkey, and they play a huge roles for the Turkish world, the Nomad games, so that they get closer, and for the entire world. I'm also involved in traditional archery, so as a volunteer and project participant, that would be great to see such an event. Will we have it in Turkey this year? If yes, when will that happen? So this is a question for the Minister of Sports, right? Yes. Thank you very much. As you know, one of our two main events is the World Nomad Games, and this will take place in Bursa, Iznik in September. Of course, Kyrgyzstan held these events very successfully, and we joined the closing ceremony. Hopefully, we will take these events to better places with member countries, with visiting countries, with visiting athletes. As always, we're going to have particular some different branches as the main theme, and of course the hospitality will reflect that, and this spirit of competition will accompany our efforts to raise the bar. I invite all our young friends here to Bursa Iznik for the World Nomad Games. All right. Any other questions? Let me move to the end of the hall. We see a lady over there. Could you please stand up?
Merhaba.
Hello, my name is Sude. I'm a player in Mega Sports Club. So why did you select number 14 in your uniform? What is the importance of 14? So why number 14 is important for me? I started playing volleyball, but I was a bit late. I started playing volleyball when I was 13, and I was in Beşiktaş team, and my coach said that you came late, and there was just a few numbers left, and I wanted to wear the uniform with number 14. And then I wanted to wear 12, and in the A team there was some elder women players than me, and then that's why I have to give the number 12 to them. And I once started playing in national volleyball player, and again I had the 14 number uniform, and then I decided that 14 has become my destiny. and now I always wear the uniform with number 14. Esteemed Minister, I would like to ask you a question. Did you play volleyball before? Could you please give some more information? Yes, I was volleyball team coach when I was in high school. And during my university and college years, I was also playing volleyball. You may wonder, you are short and how come you play volleyball sports? But Eda is actually quite successful for shoots, and I actually tried my best to have those shots when I was playing volleyball. So now we have the net here actually. So I wasn't be surprised actually if I saw a football pitch or a golf pitch, because I know that esteemed Minister Mevlüt Çavuşoğlu is quite interested in all kinds of sports. Yes, and sports play an important role in our diplomacy, and you're also a very successful golf player. Yes, I'm ambitious in golf actually, and one day we will play golf. And I also encourage Captain Eda. So if we have time, we will try. And the coach has already started playing golf. And my grandfathers and mothers were also playing golf. That's our family history. Yes, we started with discussing the volleyball and its role. And let's hear another question. Can I select someone? So the one who is applauding, maybe you can ask the question on behalf of your group. So let's you be the spokesperson of your group. Hello, my name is Ela. I have been playing volleyball for the last 5 years. So I play in the middle. Okay, maybe your friend can ask a question if you couldn't make your mind. First of all, hello everyone. I play in Mega Sports Club, and I have 2 questions actually. The first question to our President of Volleyball Federation. We know that you are always behind us and you're always supporting us, and I would like to thank you very much for on behalf of all the volleyball players. So what is your expectation from us as the volleyball players? So this is my first question to you, and I also have a question to Sister Eda. You are the main reason actually why I started playing volleyball, because I love you very much. So I got injured actually, and thanks to you, I managed to come back to the field and play volleyball, and you are the biggest supporter of my career actually. So could you please give us some tips? How can we become better volleyball players, and how can we improve our skills? So, okay, I will answer the first question. Dear young people, please do not give up on your dreams. Let's set your objectives and targets and never give up on your dreams. As the Turkish Volleyball Federation, we have many young people in Cizre and one in other cities in Turkey, and we have a project, Factory Volleyball Project, and we will take these volleyball facilities all around Turkey so that everyone will play volleyball, and we will actually will be the headhunters to explore and to see the skillful and capable young people. If you are interested in volleyball sports, we would like to be supporting you actually, because we are the country of volleyball, and thanks to your interest in volleyball as a sport, we have become the top #1 country in volleyball. So for your question, what can I do in order to be better, you asked. First of all, you need to love volleyball, and I believe you love volleyball, and the injuries is a part of the sport, and having an injury makes us come back to the reality, and those are just the bumps on the road, and you need to be stronger to overcome those bumps actually. So how can you be better? You should design your life based on volleyball, but you need to have a plan B. You have an injury, that's why you shouldn't give up on your education actually. You don't necessarily be a sports player. You can do sports all the time, but you should also have a plan B. You should be careful what you are eating. You should have a disciplined life. You should wake up early, and you should you should listen carefully to your coach, what they want from you. So you should work hard actually, because if you don't work hard, you won't be able to successful. We had many sports players all around the world, but most of them we don't remember even their names. Why? Because they were not that much disciplined. I was so successful. I got many trophies, but I never think that that's enough for me. I still want to actually be more successful, even more successful. I want to have a golden medal. I want to compete in world championship. Let's set your target and let's do your best in order to reach that target. Try to find your inner self and confidence, and you should be stubborn actually. You should be stubborn, you should work hard, and you will get success. Yes, be stubborn and never give up on your dreams and never say enough. Maybe Eda Erdem can select the next question. I actually selected women, but now maybe I can select someone else from the back rows. So, yes, you are in the back. Let's hear your question. Hello, my name is Mustafa Mutlu Şenay. I am coming from Boğaziçi University, Department of International Relations and Public Administration. My question is for Minister of Youth and Sports. I also then, since I was 4 and since I was 7, I also have my license. I dance folk dances. Actually, in Turkey, we have a huge folk dance culture. It's a rich geography, actually. There are more than 800 registered Zeybek music, but unfortunately, we cannot promote our dance as a sports branch in the international arena. So I wonder if you have any future plans to promote dance as a sport in national and international area, because its potential is huge and we have a huge potential to promote our culture. So do you have any further or future plans to encourage and promote dancing as a sport? Can you please say your name again? My name is Mutlu. Mutlu, thank you very much for this question. So, you know, there are many sports branches and all of them are quite important. And as a ministry, we have more than 60 federations. All of them are dedicated to one sports branch, and Dance Federation is one of them. So we support our federations at the most, and we also allocate budget to each federation, and these allocation amounts are even bigger than any other country. And Volleyball Federation, for example, receives a huge support, and this is the same case for the other federations as well. Of course, it is not only limited to financial support. We also have an education and training in field and organizational works. They are quite important for us, and they are the holistic approach. And you said that our country is quite rich in terms of folk dances, and every region is quite rich, and they have their unique characteristics in terms of folk dances. And the federation should actually make a new initiative to promote these dances, and we can also benefit from your experience, because as the ministry we have a spirit of participatory youth. So we have a theme for this year. Our main theme is participation. So unfortunately, I didn't hear that. So after this panel, let's have a short meeting with you, Mutlu. We would like to work with young people like you, and we would like to be the partners in this journey. And for folk dances, I believe you can make contribution to this process to create a new initiative, a new promotion. So your opinion in this regard is significant for us. Maybe we can put it into practice altogether. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your support. So I would like to pass the microphone our friend here. So we had an eye contact. So hello, Mr. Ministers, and welcome. My name is Kutluhan Yazdık. I am coming from Akdeniz University, Faculty of Tourism Recreation Department. I am the third year student, and my question is for our esteemed Captain Eda. Dear Captain, what are your personal and national objectives in the national volleyball team? My individual personal target is to have a championship with the Fenerbahçe Sports Club. In addition to that, I would like to be elected in the national team for Paris Olympics. And I also would like to have a golden medal this summer in the World Championship. And hopefully, if I will be elected for Paris Olympics, I am quite sure that we will be there as a national team. And if I am an active player at that time, we would like to have this medal that we missed in the previous Olympics version. Okay, maybe we can have a couple of more questions. We have a bit more time. Maybe you can guide us. There are some children with us. Esteemed ministers, esteemed coach, and esteemed president of Volleyball Federation, I would like to welcome you all. It's really great to see you here. And our republic will be celebrating the 100th anniversary in 2023. And unfortunately, we made an application for Summer Olympics in Istanbul for 2022, but unfortunately, we were not elected for that. But the next Olympic Games will be in Australia, but for 2036, the Olympics has not been decided where to be organized. So my question is that, are we going to represent our country for Winter Olympics or Summer Olympics? And I also didn't give information about myself. I come from Bilkent University. I am also a sports player, so we would like to see our country be a candidate for Olympic Games. So are we going to host any Olympic Games in the future? So in the past, we paid huge efforts to be the host country for Olympics, and we were in Argentina. We first participated G20 meeting in St. Petersburg, and then we had a flight for 14 hours to go to Argentina, and we were there as a candidate country, but we lost the election, unfortunately. But those votings actually are not just. So there are some other organizations behind. So why I am saying this? So at that time and even now, there are different criteria while identifying the host country for Olympic Games. And no matter those criteria, I believe that Istanbul can be, or any city in our country can be a host city for Olympics, and we are ready for that in terms of infrastructure. And as Ministry of Foreign Affairs, we paid a huge effort to host many other organizations. So if Ministry of Sports and Youth decides to apply for the candidacy of Olympic Games, we are ready as Ministry of Foreign Affairs to promote and support this idea and organization all around the world. Thank you very much. Your name, please? Fevzi. Dear Fevzi, as esteemed Minister mentioned, as a country, we are always ready to host and organize Olympic Games. We can do our best to host it. And I was in Tokyo for 1 month for Olympics and Paralympic Olympics. I accompanied our teams. Of course, Japan was a quite successful host country, but I believe our country can be a better host country because we have an infrastructure. We have many works ongoing, and I believe we can be quite successful. And Turkey is actually has becoming an organizer country. We do not demand to be something. We are something in terms of organization. We have all our facilities. We have all our infrastructure ready and set. And we have our young population. So we had a world championship, volleyball championship organized in Ankara. We had millions of volunteers, young people. We have very successful sports players. So we have high quality players, we have high quality infrastructure, and Turkey is a brand in sports organizations. And no one can have any manipulation over that idea. So no one can actually give a damage to our name in terms of success. So no one can cast a shadow over our success in sports fields. So we are always open for further organizations. We are ready as country. Can I make an additional comment here? So I would like to give you an example. Those who isolate Turkey, I wonder if they can organize this diplomacy forum. Will that be as successful as we were? I wonder that. And World Federation President Gracha and the European Federation President is Borisic. They both congratulated our minister after the championship in Ankara, and they both said that we are in volleyball for more than 40 years, and Turkey did the best organization in volleyball that we have seen so far. So we are always ready to do the best organization. The World Club Championship was one of the most successful sports organization, and we worked together with esteemed minister, and we had huge audience for those organizations. So those who were accused of racism were welcome in Turkey. We welcome everyone without any discrimination, and everyone enjoyed the sports in Turkey. So number 73, you actually are waving your hand for a very long time, so I want to pass the microphone to you. So my name is Muhammed Emin Demirtaş. I played football for the last 7 years. So I was hopeless. That's why I want to ask a question to Captain Eda. Did you ever feel hopeless? And if so, how did you manage to be so successful? I want to ask you something. What happened then you felt hopeless? People underestimated me and people said that you can't do this. So don't listen to them. You don't listen to them. Okay, I understand what you mean. So now I started playing volleyball. How old are you? I am 13. Great. It's even super. So, okay, we will save you in volleyball. Don't worry. But I congratulate you. You are in sports even from your early ages and you started playing sport. Unfortunately, we have this type of problems in your age group because you are all children, and that's why sometimes children do not understand how they break the hearts of other children. Sometimes they mean something, but they don't know its real meaning and its impact. So what we can do to save and to protect ourselves, you are an individual and you know what you're capable of and you know yourself, and let's be confident in yourself and let's don't listen to the others say actually to you. So it depends on you. So if you like playing volleyball or football, it doesn't matter. Do whatever you want and let's be stubborn. And yes, of course, I sometimes felt hopeless. But if people told me you can't do it, but I was sure that I can do it better than you. But I not only had some moral quarrels with them, but I put my efforts into practice on the field. So I try to be strong, and you will try to be strong because sports will prepare you for the real life. You will learn to be an individual in the real life when you deal with sports. You are young now and you're small, but in the future you will have the similar problems. But let's be confident in your own personality. So it doesn't matter what other thinks about you, but what matters is what you are thinking about yourself. So don't listen to them. Sometimes they have negative criticism. You should respect them, but don't acknowledge that, okay? Let's be confident in yourself. Hopefully it casts an hope to you. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, we have come to the end of our session and we are going to have the last question, or maybe a few questions, but those were the last. And esteemed minister, would you like to select someone? No, but I know it's a difficult duty actually. Can we hear this, friends? This group, they are the wrestlers. Hello. My name is Nur Şener. I am a wrestler in a national team, and I have degree, and I'm a world champion as well. So we were in Balıkesir, and we just arrived at Ankara. We had Turkish championship, and we become the first runner in the championship, national championship. So congratulations. So you welcome to Antalya, the homeland of wrestlers, and esteemed Minister of Foreign Affairs were always supporting us very closely. Thank you very much. Esteemed Minister, you are always interested in Olympic Games and you are always excited about the Olympic Games. You were always on the mainstream media promoting the sports. So thank you very much for your support. And Yasemin Adar, by the way, is our sister, and she is the head of our team, and we also know you through her. I actually don't have any question. I just wanted to thank you very much, and I want to represent my country in the future, and we would like to see you by our side. What was your name? My name is Nur. Nur, thank you very much. Coach Eda is with me, and we were in Tokyo together, and Turkey actually had written the history in Tokyo. And we will write that history in the future together with you, my young friends. Not only in just a few sports branches, we will be successful in many different branches. Turkish sports players, women sports players will be so successful in the future, and Turkey is one of the leading countries having the high number of women sports players, and you will be successful. We completely believe in you for the future success and promotion, and you will carry our glorious flag in the sports organizations. We were in Olympic Games with 8 sports players, and I believe you will carry this flag in the future, and we will be working for you all together. Okay, let's hear one last question. One last question. Okay, the one in red at the back row. I want to pass the microphone to you. I am sorry, I know you all want to ask a question and you have wonderful questions, but we have quite limited time. So you and then you and your friend in blue. So let's hear your questions. The 2 last questions. Hello, my name is Senem Yalçın. I play in Kepez Sports Club, and my question is for Eda Captain. If you didn't have any volleyball in your life, what would you do as a profession or another sports branch? Okay, thank you very much for your question. Hello, my name is Ümraz. I am coming from Manavgat Young and Youth Sports Club. I'm a sports player. So I was in Kırklareli team in volleyball. So my first question to Minister of Youth. So we would like to invite you to Manavgat for the future sports project. Okay, we will talk to the coach, and maybe they will agree to come to Manavgat for an event for sports. Okay, see you in Manavgat. We will arrange that.
I would like to ask this question for you. Who would you be if you weren't a volleyball player? I think I would like to be a basketball player. You may ask why. Well, we were kids back then. My cousins would play basketball, and I loved it. We are a family emigrating from ex-Yugoslavia. We would go to sports activities. I would like to be a basketball player. There were those auditions. My mother didn't let me join because I was ill. It's great that she didn't. I had volleyball as the next opportunity because I feel the luckiest, as I found something that became my passion and work at the same time. We appreciate the importance of volleyball. We play basketball with His Excellency our President, and they do everything other than basketball. Other players, basketball, wrestling, we get beaten for an hour, and we appreciate now volleyball. There is this net between people. I try to persuade His Excellency our President, saying there's this net, etc., and it doesn't have to be that high. Yeah, you can arrange it as you like. We value every branch of sports, right? And we are ready for every sports branch. By the way, let me make this reminder, Miss Elif. Thank you very much for hosting us in this beautiful setting. We'd like to express our gratitude to the ministry, our ministry as well. We have actually a group of books outside. Please do kindly get them, these books on cultural assets. Unfortunately, we have to complete this session. We can continue for hours, but let's finish. Thank you very much for participating in this event. But before leaving, let's get a selfie. And we are going to send these balls to you after our participants sign them.
Maçları kazanıyor maçları. Filenin sultanları doğasında başarı alıyor kupaları. Filenin sultanları. yamaçları. Fillerin sultanları, doğasında başarı, alıyor kupaları.
Arkadaşlar, gençler lütfen sahne. Bu